What's going on, everybody? This is Hunter. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today we are down at the Forest River Sneak Peek, taking a look at all the newest 2026, decor, models, all that good stuff. And today, you guys might remember a video that I put out at the Grand Rapids show with Funtown RV. This is the 3400 BH, a travel trailer bunk model with 3 ACs and an outdoor kitchen. Well, they went through a little bit of a model change, and I'm curious to see what you think. So put your comments down in the old comment section. All the specifications, things like length, height, tank sizes, awning sizes will be down in the description, along with a link where you can access, some ordering and some pricing at various locations across the country. But again, it's the 2026 Vibe 3400 BH. And right off the bat, the first thing that stands out to me is this new ceiling. Pretty darn cool to have a little bit of color to it. It's actually a little bit more brown than it's showing up here on the camera. Yeah, there you go. So very cool. I kind of like how it's a little bit of two-tone from the ceiling to the cabinetry. I think it looks really nice. But this is, as somebody that's got 4 kids, it's one of those floor plans that just really works, because typically it's hard to get enough seating when you have a big family, let alone the sleeping and all that. The sleeping is not really a problem. It's usually the seating. Like on the rainy days, how are you not going to rip your hair out because the kids are driving you nuts and you're sitting on top of each other? But you have the dual slides, I would say darn near super slide on either side. I mean, as you can see, you have a pull-out sofa over here. I love the fact they put the oven over to the left with the island, because now you have a place not only to eat, so a secondary place to eat with all the kids, you're going to need it, but also a place to play cards, maybe get a little bit of a work done. You also have a removable dinette, so you can have that L-style bench seating there if you would like it, or a dinette if you would like it there too as well. So again, playing cards, getting some work done, having fun, and then bada bing, bada boom, baby. You have your more comfy, plush recliners. That's where mom and pop are sitting. That's where the people that are paying for the thing are going to be moving. Let's see if this moves down. Yeah, right there. You got your 2 cup holders. You also have the USB right there, and then your pull-out tabs. And then you flip it around, you have your fireplace to keep you nice and a roasty and a toasty, so you're keeping some of that cost down as far as the burn rate on your propane. And then, you have the accent lighting with a huge TV. I'm going to guess about a 60-incher. Perfect place to show off the old bowling gun, baby. Although it looks like it might add like 15 pounds. Geez, oh, peace, that's not flattering. But, you're going to be watching the TV, not watching yourself in the TV. I do like the LED pucks too, though, because a lot of the industry is going with that blade lighting, and I think that might work too. But there's something about the ceiling that kind of gives it a classic look. I just think it looks really sharp. And look at that thing. Big light fixture guy. And that's pretty cool. But you got the hard wrap plastic here. So, babe, if you're watching, I love you. Again, the pull-out sofa. And then, like I was saying, you have your oven over on this side. The little power tower for you. Look at the windows that you get. No Dracula shades, but they do have this cloth thing that drops down. That's really easy to get up and down, which is pretty cool. It keeps out some of that heat, or at least the old peeping toms, out of your camper. You also got the 3-top burner to whip up all the fixins. No oven on this model, so I actually, it's a convection microwave, but no traditional oven. But I don't use an oven at home, so I think that's pretty darn nice. I mean, what do you guys feel? Would you like the oven there, or does the convection microwave work for you? You got a little storage here underneath the sink. You can see, what is that right there? I don't know what that is. A little bit of a metal sink there with the high-rise faucet. Hitting those dishes from all angles. Let me move that little throw towel there. Looking pretty sharp here. Plenty of room for all of your stuff. And then, moving on along, I mean, look at that. You got the kids. You've got the stuff. I love the backlight in there too, so if you're coming out in the middle of the night, you don't have to turn on everything just to see what's in here if you got to grab it. Then you have the magnetic finish there. The old steel tab with the copper finish. Just looking nice, little brass handles. And then, of course, your 12-volt refrigerator. I believe this thing has 200 watts of solar panels up top. But again, that'll be down in the description with that price link and all the specifications. But pretty darn snazzy. 12-foot, 12-volt, 10.7 12-volt cubic refrigerator. But again, you have the 3 ACs, which is super nice. And this one is going to be the Chill Cube. So this is going to be one that is going to be on a dump. And if you're not familiar with it, they first came from Brinkley, but it's an oscillating head. It puts out a lot more output than your 15Ks or your 13.5s, anything like that. Just a really nice little setup here. Now the bunk room, You head into the back. You do have a sofa that, you know, rolls over, makes about a queen size bed. And then you have a drop down queen or drop down twin right there. You got your pull out, comes down. You got a little guard that hooks up, so that way the little ones there won't have to worry about falling out or bonking any heads or anything like that, which is a fear, you know, for my 3 soon to be 4-year-old. But the other ones, you know, heck, I think they'd be all right, but I don't know. If I'm sleeping up there, I'd rather have the guard, truth be told. Your twin bed up here, emergency exit, pull, push, and plop. Another window. This AC is blasting in here. Again, drop-in AC, which has some advantages, but it's also not ducted, so it has some disadvantages. But since you have 3, you're good to go. And yes, all 3 can run at the same time, which I did confirm. I ran it for like 2 hours at the RV show. Again, like I said, when I was with the, if you want to look it up, it was the Funtown RV Grand Rapids RV show. And I had all 3. I did not believe the rep. I thought it was some BS that all 3 could run, because I'd never heard of that before in a travel trailer. Sure enough, they all ran for hours. But so if you're down in like Texas or something like that, I mean, look at the shot on that. Too cool right there. Back over to the dinette. Again, it does drop down, or I'm sorry, it can be removed. You also have another one of those little square doodads. And then, you know, pretty good. But 2026 Vibe 3400 BH, pretty darn snazzy. This is going to be your control panel, so you got all your lights that are going to be on the dimmer, so you can sit down, watch a movie, you know, set the mood right with honey buns. Your awning control and then your slide controls are going to be kind of all over the place, really. There's not really one set area like it typically is, but I mean, that doesn't bother me any. Could care less about that. The bathroom, let's see what we got. Good sized bathroom. Now, this is where the ducting comes in, because the bedroom is going to be ducted into the bathroom. And I'll tell you, it was shockingly chilly when I opened it up. Looks like about a 36 by 32 shower would be my best guess. And I'm 6 foot, 300 pounds. You can see right here, I got about 6'4" of headspace. Oh, little Ace Ventura action for you. A mirror to show off the old bowling gun, baby. Let's turn that thing on. Looks like I could do that. Oh, it was turned on. Not very bright for the back for the backlight. I don't know if something's wrong with that or what. But you got a little bit of countertop space, more storage. You got a Harvest Pumpkin candle, which is always nice. Porcelain foot flush throne, and then a place for, you know, your towels and all of that. Now into the bedroom here. Bada bing, bada boom, baby. This is a change. This looks pretty darn slick. You got a queen bed setup. Guys, man, I just can't believe how freaking chilly this thing gets. I guess it's because that 18K is introduced into here. But so for reference, it is like, it's like 90 degrees outside, and been sweating like crazy, because when it's 90 degrees outside, usually these RVs are about $110 inside when the AC is not running. And I keep going in between RVs that have the AC on and then the AC off. So I go from like hot to cold, hot to cold. Hopefully I don't get sick. But you got the washer and dryer hookups, or some hanging action there, which is pretty cool to have that. So now it kind of converts this into a room. But emergency exit, pull, push, and plop. You can get out in a hurry. And then there you go, baby. We're on the run. So I know that was a little bit quicker than normal, but like I said, we're at the sneak peek, so I don't want to get in the way of anybody working. But again, it's the 2026 Vibe 3400 BH. Come out here on the inside, or on the outside. Doesn't look like any massive changes there, which is nice. The molded fiberglass front cap here up in the front with the rock guard down at the bottom. Battery disconnect, a place for 2 batteries, and then your 2 propane bottles along with your power tongue jack. Pretty good size pass-through storage, actually better than most of the RVs there in the industry. And it also shows off that aluminum frame construction. And then you have, you know, the heated and enclosed underbelly. And right here is going to be your LP quick connect if you guys want to hook up like a griddle or anything like that. You guys know I'm a big fan of the Blackstones, so that's exactly where I'll be plopping that bad boy right on down. You got your cable hookups, dual axle, and then this is going to be, you know, kind of your outdoor kitchen area. So you got the grill out over here, you got the TV. You also have a place where you can fit probably about a 90 rack or so of your brewskis, so you'll be good to go there. And the Solera 3000 series for the awning, so it runs off of the solar, you know, your battery, you know, your truck when you're driving down the, well, not when you're driving down the road, but you get the gist. But it's also got those soft glow lights there too, which is nice. Here on the back, you got your bumper with your spare tire, and then you also have the rear observation camera prep, along with the Lippert on-the-go ladder system, so you can get up there, check your seals, check your slides. I recommend you get up there about every 3 months or so. The nice thing about this too, with where the slides are, you are eligible to put on a slide topper on each one. So that might be something you want to do. It really prevents debris from coming down on the top of your unit. And that's typically where you're going to get a leak if you are going to get one, is just kind of slide neglect. You know, you get a tree branch or something like that under. Let's see what we got here. You got the galley tank dump right here. You also see you got your axles there. And I like how they are on the wide stance too. So if you're not familiar, those are a little bit wider. So imagine hitting like a pothole, as opposed to being like doomp, doomp. You'll be like doomp, doomp. So it'll be a more comfortable ride there for you. A little bit more expensive way to do it. Takes a little bit more, I guess, engineering probably. But, you know, preferable in my opinion. Sewer outlet connection, your 50 amp point right there. And then right here is going to be your docking station. So you have your city water connection, black tank flush, your hot and cold water in the form of an outside shower, your bypass valves, you know, all that good stuff. But all right, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the tour. Hope to catch you next time. Again, my name is Hunter. This is the 2026 Vibe 3400 BH. See you.